Yo, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I know it's been a minute. It's been about 3 to 4 weeks since I posted my last video, but for good reason. As you guys will see in the coming days and weeks and months, I have filmed a crazy amount of content for you guys. I even traveled 3 hours to play an in-person Catan tournament, which I made the finals of, and I have crazy amount of content coming out of that. So I hope you guys are ready for that vlog and all the things that are coming out of it. But until then, I got you all with some crazy news that, though it might not be new news, even though this happened back in October, it is really relevant today, and I'm going to talk exactly why it's relevant today and why I need to be talking about it right now as opposed to then. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Have you ever been sitting there? You have a wood in your hand, you have a brick, and then you have a bunch of those wooden bricks, and right before your turn, your friend rolls a 7, now you have to discard half your cards, and not only that, your friend puts it right on your spot and steals from you? Okay, maybe that's a little personal. But it happens to all of us. It's just part of the game. So if stuff like that raises your blood pressure and kind of, makes you like boil inside when it's the worst feeling. You're having a good game night and that happens to you. Well, then I think you'll love this partnership. And today, as if you didn't see by the title and the thumbnail, Netflix has officially had the rights bought by Asmodee, aka the company that owns the rights to Catan. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, even though this happened back in October, the reason why I'm talking about it today, right now, as of when I'm filming this, March 10th, is because of a very important reason. And that is, where's the news about it? It's been 6 months. Now, what have we heard about it? Now, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about what this partnership includes, what's going to happen, and similar to the NBA video, I'm going to be giving you guys as much detail and much information as possible in much little time so I can get you guys out of here and going on your day. So without further ado, I'm going to hit a second transition because I'm just loving these transitions today. And I want to get right into the meat of this individual partnership, maybe? Okay, anyway, hit the transition. Now, Netflix. Why partner with Catan? Well, before we talk about Netflix, we have to understand why Catan is the holy grail of this tabletop IP. And to do that, we have to go back to Germany all the way in the early 90s. The game was created by a dental technician named Klaus de Beer, who at the time, board games in America were mostly things like Monopoly and Risk. Games where players were eliminated, like you guys have played Monopoly or Risk. Sometimes you get eliminated an hour and have to sit there and do literally nothing and watch all your friends and family have fun for 3 hours. However, Catan, we now call kind of like a Euro game, is a game that's focused on strategy, resource management, negotiation, and all the other things where everyone plays until the very last turn, and it's one big experience for everybody. When the Settlers of Catan launched in 1995, it didn't just set well, it fundamentally changed tabletop gaming forever. Look at the hard numbers. It has sold over 45 million copies worldwide. It has been translated into over 40 different languages, and also it became the unofficial game of Silicon Valley. Tech CEOs, venture capitalists, and even celebrities like Mila Kunis and Woody Harrelson have publicly obsessed over it. Catan isn't just a game, people. It's the gateway drug to modern board gaming. And that massive, multi-generational, built-in audience is exactly what Netflix is looking for. So now let's take a look at the actual deal. In October 2025, Netflix announced a sprawling partnership with Asmodee, the massive tabletop publishing giant, and the Tuber family. Netflix secured the rights to create a whole series of content, a whole slate, scripted movies, animated shows, and unscripted reality series. This is crazy. That's more content than a lot of mainstream media gets. So why did Netflix trade so much capital, as you can see here, for this specific game? Because Hollywood is currently in an IP gold rush. That's why. Original ideas are risky, but established intellectual property brings guaranteed clicks. We saw it with, for instance, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. We saw it with Barbie, and we saw it with Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. All really popular hits. To make sure they get it right, Netflix is not messing around. They brought on producer Roy Lee from Vertigo Entertainment, the guy who helped crack the code on how to turn plastic bricks into a masterpiece with the Lego Movie. And even more importantly, they are working directly with Klaus de Beer's sons, Benjamin and Guido, as executive producers to protect the lore and the legacy of the game. So now, the million-dollar question. How do you turn a game about trading sheep and building roads into a compelling movie or TV show? Now, unlike Marvel or Star Wars, Catan doesn't have a big lore built behind it that all the people that are really obsessed with it could get mad of. It's new. And when I say it's new, the game itself isn't new, but the lore is new. There's not much lore. Yes, there's a little bit, which I can go on and on about because, I'm kind of a nerd for that stuff. But at the end of the day, there's not much content about it. And that leaves the door so open. They don't have to be like these other series that already have so much established lore and content that they'd be worried about like overwriting or rewriting or messing up the old stuff. They can just go at it. They can pump shows out. They can pump reality shows out, and it wouldn't mess up anything. So for that, I'm really excited. So let's go and picture, I don't know, just like a fake universe. I'm gonna go and picture just like a fictional, think of like almost Vikings or Game of Thrones. You have, a village where those sheep, the shepherds live. You have a the wood place where all the lumberjacks live, and then there's robbers that come and fight. Like, just think about it. I don't know. To me, that sounds cool, but I don't really know what's gonna happen. Like, you know, one of those Lord of the Rings type things. I don't know. I'm not really. I haven't. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy. I've not finished Lord of the Rings yet. Don't yell at me in the comments, but please. I've been wanting to. But, you know, something along the lines, you know, farmers and the whole bit. So I'm really excited for that, and I'm really excited for everything that has to offer. So let's go and also talk about, before I forget, is the reality TV show part, because that's honestly what I'm most looking forward to. Now, imagine a Catan reality TV show with, you know, 9 people and Mr. Blazer. All right, maybe I wouldn't be selected. But I would love to. And what I see this being is maybe like 16 people on an island. You have tables of 4 playing every day. It's kind of like almost a Survivor type thing. They're voting people out. There's challenges. Maybe make it even a little more realistic. Instead of just playing a board game, you have to trade actual resources to try to survive, and you get kicked out after a while if you don't reach a certain number of points or something like that. I just think there's so much they could do with this, and to not do it would be such a waste. So I really hope they take advantage of this, and I really hope Netflix and Asmati, you know, work together really well on this, along with Roy Lee, to make something just phenomenal. Just phenomenal that we could all watch. Now, unfortunately, not all projects at Netflix or any other company work out, and this is just a known fact. And I would like to talk about something called the Battleship Curse. And that is, for those that don't know, back in 2012, Universal actually tried to make a movie out of the board game Battleship. They spent over $200 million turning a game about guessing coordinates into an alien invasion movie with Rihanna. It was a critical and commercial disaster. Why? Because they took the name of the game, slapped it onto some generic action script, and completely ignored what made the game fun to begin with. Now, if Netflix just makes a generic medieval fantasy show and slaps the word Catan to the title, not only will I not watch it, but hardcore fans will reject it immediately, and general audiences will not care. To succeed, the adaptation must centralize the core themes of game, negotiation, resource management, and the tension of expansion. If they lose that, they lose the magic and they lose the fans. Now, at the end of the day, Ginny Howe, Netflix's head of scripted series, summed up the strategy perfectly. Anyone who has played Catan knows that the intense strategy at the core of the game has endless opportunities for some serious drama. Netflix is betting heavily that the magic of the tabletop game will transfer perfectly to the TV screen. Now, will that happen? I don't know. I don't work at Netflix. I tell you guys the information. But I'm waiting here just as much as you guys are for this announcement. So it has been almost 6 months now, and we haven't heard much about it. So I don't know about you guys. Let me down in the comments below whether you want to hear just as much as I do, because I want to hear about the reality TV shows, the animated, the scripted live action. I want to hear about it all. And also, I do have one quick question. This is just a super side note. Who should play the robber? I just thought of that. I don't know if there's gonna be a robber. Just let me know down in the comments. Tell me if you like the style of the video, by the way, in the comments or in my Discord. DM me, look at the server, do anything. Get a hold of me. Tell me what you think of these videos. I really love to hear you guys' opinion on it. So without further ado, I think I've given you guys plenty of information. So go and take that in. Rewatch if you need to. Without further ado, as always, keep it easy. Peace. But for me, I've always watched NBA. I grew up watching it. I played basketball for a bit. I love playing board games. So for me, it's kind of great to see both those worlds kind of collide and have the cultural fusion. What does this partnership include? Now let's talk about really the fun part and what the fans actually get. Depending on the rollout, this partnership could include things like